So generally when people get into business with one another, it's like, look,
Yeah.
like, here's my buddy. We want to get into, business together, or we worked together. For example, like you and Justin, we worked together and now we want to do something else together.
Yeah.
And usually when they're coming from the same place, whether it's a group of friendship or whether it's, from work together, they tend to have the same skill sets. And what's the point of having that? You tend to have to, want the yin and yang, right? So
Yeah.
what you're pointing out, how do you fall on that, and how do you actually navigate that?
So I'll give you a couple directions on this. One is me and Justin, because it's a good point. And we identified pretty early that we see things very similarly, which is part of the reason Sean came on board, right? Like, we are so sales and partnership centric that we felt like that was like flooding everything. And we needed a little bit of a different voice. Sean has product background. He had customer success background, like a lot of these other things that augmented some of our weaknesses. So we identified that pretty early, even in our own business, that we needed another voice that had an exit in something else, even though it was, same, roughly the same space, but still somewhat different.
Yeah.
So that I think is important. In terms of co-founders, I'm okay with a single founder as long as they know their strengths and weaknesses, to your point. And we talk about building out the first 5. Like, what are the first skill sets across that first 5 that you really need to have? That we're not going to make them, I don't think you need to make them a C-level or a co-founder from day one, but the really good ones are going to stick out pretty fast. And those are the people that become your partners, your C-levels, and maybe you make one a co-founder later on. That's okay. But identifying those skill sets that you need to augment around yourself early on, maybe they don't all happen day one, but those are what we need to build in.